Hello and welcome back for the GP2 sprint race. Nelson Piquet Jr. is normally the focus of attention, but it's actually his teammate Jean-Gilles Negrão who's on pole position for this race, with former race winner Adam Carroll breathing right down his neck. Here's Simon Taylor with all the news.
Yes, this could really be good for Adam Carroll. He's on the outside of the front row, and as they go away for the parade lap, Negrão doesn't move. There is Negrão stuck on pole position and unable to join the rest of the field on the parade lap, so that will effectively give a clear run for Adam Carroll at the front. López and Nelson Piquet are next up on the grid, series leader Kovalainen a couple of rows behind, Scott Speed and Jimmy Bruni well up. Then we've got Ryan Sharp back on row 8 after his heartbreak in the first race here in Barcelona. We're hoping for better luck for him today. And Ernesto Viso, one to watch, he's down in 20th. There they are on the grid, a gap where Negrão should be. He's on the back. The lights are on, the lights are off. Away they go, and a wonderful start from López. López really gets the power down, but who's that left? It's Kovalainen, who is stuck on the grid. The championship leader isn't going to go. That's Hiro Yoshimoto in trouble as well. Kovalainen hasn't moved, but at the front it's López from Adam Carroll. Nelson Piquet up there in third place from Neil Jarny. Scott Speed is there as well. Scott Speed, in fact, going ahead of Jarny up into fourth place, so a good start from him because he was 7th on the grid. And now as they come through turn 4, still López from Carroll and Piquet, the first three easing away from the rest. Scott Speed it is who is in fourth place ahead of Jarny and Fauzi, and Jimmy Bruni moving up well with the confidence of that first win under his belt. They go streaming away from turn 5 and through the back section. Olivier Pla also making up places from his 16th position on the grid, but López getting clear of the pursuit. Let's look at the start again and look at the left of the screen. Ryan Sharp, the first of those cars on the left, somebody else going right across the grass to go round him, but Ryan Sharp completely failing to get away. He did get away at the tail of the field, and that's Olivier Pla off in the gravel. Pla right off the road after having gone so quickly to start with. We see what happens. He went off to the left, went right across the road and then spun across the gravel and into the barriers. A bad start for David Price Racing in this race, but now we ride with Adam Carroll. Carroll in second place, pursuing the leader López. He's got López tantalisingly just ahead of him as they go through turn 13 and onto the start-finish straight. And just 0.6 of a second behind Carroll is Nelson Piquet in third place. Then it's Scott Speed and Jarny all running very close together as they go over the start-finish line and on down to turn 1 to complete another lap. And a big cloud of dust at the exit of turn 13. Somebody's gone off. Fauzi comes through. That's Prema. It's Prema in the wall. He's hit the wall very hard on the inside, having gone off on the outside initially on that very fast corner. He's getting out of the car. He's clearly all right. But we see again what happened. He ran wide and then fought to keep the car going in the right direction, hit the wall very hard and very fast on the other side of the road, but they're strong cars. There is Alex Prema. He's clearly okay. They've brought out the safety car while they clear up the debris, and meanwhile Lee's down in the pits talking to Alex Prema.
Just explain what happened out there.
So in the last corner I have a lot of understeer, and after I was in a gravel, and when I come back in a tarmac I was a lot of oversteer and directly in the wall.
Are you okay?
Yeah, everything okay.
Well, the safety cars come in now. That has closed the field up, and Adam Carroll has really taken advantage of it. Carroll all over the back of López, very close indeed. Piquet caught napping a bit down in third place, much further back, and Carroll has a think about it. But meanwhile, look at the battle going on behind them. Speed, Jarny and Bruni absolutely together, almost 3 abreast. But López being made to work really hard now by Adam Carroll. Still López has this lead, but Carroll now in his exhaust, just a couple of lengths behind and pushing as hard as he knows how. Piquet in third place, a further 1.4 seconds down. So it was, as we said, Piquet who seemed to lose time as the safety car pulled off. Then it's Scott Speed and Jarny following on. We've lost Bruni though. No sign of Bruni. He seems to have gone off somewhere. We didn't see it happen. That has promoted Fairuz Fauzi, the Malaysian, who is actually Lopez's teammate in the French Dams team, up into 6th place ahead of Nico Rosberg. But Scott Speed still doing a great job. That is his team manager, Paul Jackson, watching the Americans' progress in the pits. And that's Heikki Kovalainen's car, which failed to get off the line at all. We understand the transmission failed, so no points for the series leader today. And there's Fauzi leading this 6th place battle ahead of Rosberg and Piccioni and Lapierre and Garcia and Pantano. Pantano down in 11th place, and this is Shandy Negrão making up time, coming down the inside of Can Artam and drives into the side of him and continues. So Negrão gets back onto the tarmac and carries on, but I don't think that Can Artam, the Turkish driver, is going to carry on. There he is stuck in the gravel, and clearly Negrão thought that Can Artam was letting him through. Can Artam shut the door. I suppose that's a racing incident, but certainly Negrão carrying on. There, incidentally, is Bruni's car being craned away, so that did end up also in the gravel. And Yoshimoto and Ryan Sharp both driving hard at the back of the field. Sharp indeed reeling off several fastest laps. He'll get points if he can be fastest at the end of the race. And now we ride with Adam Carroll, who's chasing the leader. Carroll in 2nd place. Watch his hands on the gear change. He's changing up with his right fingers, he's changing down with his left, and he's pushing, trying to stay in touch with Lopez ahead of him, and also very aware that not far behind him, and closing indeed, is Nelson Piquet Jr. in 3rd place. Hard on the power, clipping those apexes, and nudging on down the hill towards the long double right-hander, which will then take him towards the start-finish line. And there's Nelson Piquet, and look how close he is. Piquet is closer to Carroll than Carroll is to leader Lopez. Scott Speed not very far behind them both in 4th place now. And the closing laps now of this race, and Piquet almost loses the car under braking for turn 1, a nasty twitch, but Piquet manages to hold it together. Piquet in fact looking quite untidy, but still very quick, and there's no doubt at all that he is now really putting pressure on this final lap on Adam Carroll. Through turn 3, Rosberg now sets the fastest lap. He's some way back. It's this 2nd place battle which everybody is cheering on now, and Carroll looking a bit twitchy now under braking. Carroll really defensive. Lopez a few lengths further up the road has the lead. Barely half a lap left to run. Carroll still holding on to this 2nd place. Piquet looking untidy and aggressive in his mirrors, pushing all the time. There's a fastest lap for Ryan Sharp. Good news for him because it'll earn him some points in this race. And now as they come down into the tight left-hander, Piquet's trying on the inside. They're going to collide. They do. That was never on. Piquet gets away with it, but Adam Carroll is spun round. Restarts. Scott Speed has gone by. Jani gets held up. Rosberg goes round the outside. I don't think that Adam Carroll knew what was coming. He just got a great clout from behind. It spun him round, and here comes Lopez. Lopez wins the race ahead of all the excitement. Nelson Piquet gets 2nd place, but he's nearly caught on the line by Scott Speed. But a very unhappy Adam Carroll gesticulating to the passing Nelson Piquet Jr. on his slowing down lap. But it's Piquet who gets 2nd from Speed. Rosberg is 4th, and Adam Carroll has to make do with 6th place, just behind Neil Jani. 6 different teams in the top 6, and 2 championship points for Ryan Sharp, who sets the fastest lap, even though he ran almost the whole race at the back. 2 places behind Giorgio Pantano. But a maiden GP2 victory for Jose Maria Lopez.
I do a good start like yesterday. The win was possible, so I did it. And after I just managed the race and tried to finish, and I get the 1st position.